everybody. Welcome to your total body reformer workout. We've got 30 minutes together to target the entire body, our abs, arms, glutes, legs, everything. So we'll get started. You will need your long box for class and a Pilates ball, and we're going to start with heavy springs for footwork. So I'm going to load up 3 reds plus a blue to get a nice burn, but if that feels a little too heavy, you can do this on just 3 reds. Let's get started. So lie on down, start with your heels wide on the foot bar, and your knees and toes are turned out. Take an inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, push the carriage out heavy through your heels. And then slowly bring the carriage back in. So just finding a nice rhythm with your breath. Pressing out and gliding back in. Check in that you have equal pressure through both of your heels. And then keep trying to fold deeply at your hips, just like if you were standing and squatting. Relax the shoulders. And think of it like you're pushing the foot bar into the opposite wall. At the same time, the crown of your head is reaching tall to the wall behind you. 4 more times. Last 3. 2. And then last one. Meet me in the middle, right where you feel your quads light up, and give me small pulses. Few inches out, few inches in. Ribs are heavy. Pressure through both of your heels. 3, 2, 1. Push the carriage all the way out and bring it back in. All right, change your foot placement. Take your heels parallel and you want them right under your hip joints. Still flexing your toes back, same movement. You're gonna exhale to push the carriage out. Inhale to fold back. Push all the way out and fold it in. Now you're gonna feel work, not just in your quads, but a little bit in your hamstrings too, as well as the muscles across your shins, because you're keeping your toes flexed. It's a strong placement with your feet, strong energy through the ankles. Now be mindful when you're pressing out, you're not locking the leg. Doesn't mean you can't straighten your knee, but we want to feel that sensation of pressing and lengthening and then controlling back in. It's almost like your legs are functioning like the springs. There's this constant tension and control. So no locking. Keep the quads active. Last 2. Last 1. Halfway in and we pulse. Ooh, shins are burning. Quads are waking up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the carriage all the way up and bring it back in. All right, one more set for footwork. Go down to the ball mounds of your feet, still parallel. Pick your heels up nice and high. Press the carriage all the way out and then come back in over the toes. So it's like you're doing like a toe squat. So the heels stay lifted. Exhale to press out, inhale to control back in. So you're trying your best to keep your heels at the same height. If they move a little bit, not the end of the world, but you're trying to keep that same beautiful lifted heel without buckling to your pinky toes. So you want to keep the energy towards your big toe. Strong, long calves. Heavy ribs. All right, legs are starting to talk. Show me 4 more. And then we'll stretch out the back of the leg. 2. Last 1. Push the carriage all the way out and allow your heels to drop under gently. So the springs are helping assist that beautiful calf stretch to the back of your leg, back of your ankle. Just breathe deeply here. All right, releve. So you're gonna press up into a calf raise and then lower down. Let's inhale on the way up. Exhale, control down. Five more, just like this. Strong, beautiful feet. Press and lower. 3 and lower. Abs are heavy towards the floor. Shoulders stay relaxed. And then bend your knees, close the carriage. Whew. Go ahead and either hug your knees into your body or straighten the legs to the sky. You can roll out the ankles and feet. Maybe shake out the legs and hamstrings. We're gonna change our spring. So roll on up. I'm dropping down to just 2 reds for hip bridge, and I'm gonna grab my Pilates ball. So we're doing 2 reds, grab your ball, and lie back down. So we're gonna start with that same position we were in a moment ago, parallel with the heels on the foot bar, but the ball's now between our knees. If you had your headrest up, make sure it's flat. You wanna keep your neck neutral for your hip extension. So my feet are heavy on the foot bar. I've got a gentle squeeze on the ball. Hands are down alongside my body. Take a big inhale here. And on the exhale, squeeze the ball even more. Curl your tailbone under and begin to pick up your spine 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way to the crest of your shoulder blades. At the top, take an inhale. And then exhale, squeeze the ball a little bit more and roll back down. So think of your inhale as a moment to kind of pause and release tension on the ball. And then exhale, reignite the inner thighs, tailbone curls under, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up. At the top, another inhale, lighter on the ball, and then exhale, reignite those inner thighs, heavy behind the heart. Roll down behind the shoulder blades, all the way to your tailbone. So keep this going. You might be faster or slower than me, that's totally fine. Move with your breath. Use the exhale to articulate your spine off the carriage. And then on the following exhale, heavy heart. Think of each vertebrae as heavy and melting towards the floor. All right, you should be feeling some waking up with the hamstrings, the glutes, and a little bit of low back is okay. We don't want to be hurting our low back. It shouldn't feel painful, but if it's working, that's totally fine. Think about stepping your feet down into the foot bar, like you're leaving your footprint. Hips go high, knees reach forward over the foot bar every time you get to the top of the hip bridge. Let's do 1 more. Exhale, squeeze the ball. Tailbone curls under. Pick up each vertebrae. Hips are sky high. Inhale at the top. And then exhale, roll it down. Nice. Take the ball away for a second and let your knees just rock right to left. Give your low back a little stretch, a little release. All right, we're going back in. A little bit more work for the hamstrings. So good for us. Take the ball into your hands and have it just lightly above your chest. So this is just for a little balance challenge. Our heels will stay on the foot bar and we're gonna go back into that same hip bridge. So inhale to prepare. And then exhale, do the same curl and lift, but now your arms are no longer assisting you. From here, start to march 1 knee at a time up towards your chest. Your knee might get close to the ball, but don't worry about how high your knee goes. It's more important to stay focused on the foot that stays on the foot bar. We tried our best to keep the springs quiet. Easier said than done. And also look to keep your hips as level as possible. Push your foot down, the one that stays on the foot bar. And the knee that lifts, keep it easy through the hips. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Got 5 more marches. Keep breathing. If at any point this is too much for your low back, for any type of hip bridge on the foot bar, more springs will give you more stability. More springs will give your back a little bit more stability and help. So when in doubt, add another spring. All right, both heels back on the foot bar. Take another inhale and then exhale, roll through your spine all the way down. And give yourself a break. Whew. All right, body's feeling warm. We're gonna change our springs 1 more time. So curl the body up. We're gonna drop one of our reds and pop on a yellow instead. So a red and yellow, or if you wanna go a little lighter, a single red will be fine. Keep the ball with you. We're gonna go into hands and straps for some core work and some mid back. So I'm all the way down, taking the ball this time between my ankles, like the lower half of my shin towards my ankle joint. I'm gonna grab for my straps. I'm going for short straps here, but you can choose. And then start with your knees at tabletop, hands right above the chest. Take a second to make sure you feel lined up and even. Knees above the hips, hands above the chest. And then exhale, press the hands down, lift your head up and look towards your foot bar, and then slowly melt back down. Good, basic ab curl. Exhale, curl. Inhale, release. Now with the ball between your ankles, if you squeeze it too much, your knees are gonna knock together. So keep your knees slightly turned out so they stay parallel. And the hold you have on the ball is light. Just enough to keep the ball there. It doesn't have to be this aggressive squeeze. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. 1 more. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lower. All right, this one's going to transition us. Curl up and stay. Keep looking at the ball, and then reach your legs out over the foot bar. Exhale, fold the knees deeply into your chest. Think double leg stretch from Pilates mat. Good. Reach the feet through the wall like you're trying to pierce the opposite wall. Exhale, knees into your chest. Reach and bring them in. Let's do 4 more. To modify, you can keep the head down and then bring the legs a little higher. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Roll back and take a breath. Whew, you can rest your feet on the foot bar. Arms can drop down to the sides. Reconnect with your breath. We're going back in. Same setup. Arms are back above the chest. Knees are at tabletop. On your exhale, curl up all the way, keeping the knees at 90 and then slowly coming down. Exhale, curl all the way up and then all the way down. So just like earlier, you're maintaining your tabletop. Focus on the lift of your chest, like your hands are trying to reach for the space under your foot bar and across to the opposite wall. Last 2. Last 1. Now this is a little different. We're going to take our legs to the sky as straight as your hamstrings will allow. Lower the legs just a small amount. Exhale, lift them back up. Again, it doesn't have to be super low. It's more important that you're in control. Reach the legs low. Exhale, bring them back in. To modify, bend your knees and do more like a toe dip. Breathe. See if you get 3 more. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. 2, keep reaching into your straps. Last 1. Exhale, bring it back in and take a break. Whew, breathe. Arms can rest, legs can rest. Before you change things up, we're gonna do some arm circles. Your head's gonna stay down, your knees are back to tabletop, and your hands are back above your chest. Keeping your neck relaxed and neutral. Press the hands down alongside your body on your exhale. Flip your palms to face your body, open out to a T, and then come around to the ceiling. Exhale down. Inhale up and around. And again, for tabletop, the placement of our knees, it doesn't have to be a perfect 90-degree angle. For me, I like to bring the knees a little closer because it makes my low back a little less dramatic. So you might want to play with the same thing or keep them at a strong 90-degree angle. That'll be a good challenge for your core. Just make sure it's not getting into your back. Keep that beautiful broad chest, easy neck, strong pressure through the hands. Last one, and then we'll reverse. All right, other way. Take the arms up to the sky. Open to the side. Exhale, narrow. Inhale up. Open to the side. Exhale, narrow. Heavy ribs, easy shoulders. Let's do 3 more. Checking that your neck, your jaw, the muscles of your face stay relaxed. Last one. Hopefully you feel a nice little burn through your pecs, maybe a little bit in your mid-back. And let it go. Beautiful. Let your straps either hook up or drop to the floor. Take the ball away for a moment and let your knees just rock right to left like windshield wipers by setting your feet on the foot bar and gently rolling the pelvis right to left. Reconnect to your breath. All right, we're gonna change things up. Curl up using your core, use your arms to help. Let's change our spring load to 1 blue. So going for like a medium spring. And we're gonna turn to face the headrest. So working our core and our arms at the same time. Have your feet resting on the headrest and then take the ball between your knees. So for this, I like to use the ball just to kind of give my inner thighs and my hip flexors something to focus on. The goal is to get out of our hip flexors and focus more on our abs. Using your short straps, we're gonna scoop the abs, again, make sure you have some room behind you, scoop the abs down and back, find that little C curl, that imprint, so your waistband is trying to kind of plant itself against the carriage. From here, my chest is lifted, my arms are broad, I'm gonna exhale, curl into my biceps. Inhale to reach. So it's a work for the abs and the arms. Try to keep the elbows up off your shirt. Embrace the shake and see if you can squeeze gently on the ball to help you encourage a deeper scoop through the core. Good. We got 5 more. Exhale to curl the arms. Inhale to reach. 4. 3. Keep breathing. Try to stay out of your neck and shoulders. 2. And last 1. Coming all the way up with control. Shake out your shoulders. Whew. All right, ditch the ball for this next one because our legs will be straight in front of us between the shoulder blocks. You can do crossed ankles like you would for rowing or just do arm or legs side by side. Totally up to you. Let's cross our cables. So the opposite handles in the opposite hand. Sit nice and tall and scoop back a little bit so you can start with tension in the ropes and your back nice and vertical. We're gonna pull our hands apart for a back fly. And then come slowly back in front. Exhale, pull the arms apart. Inhale, control. Exhale, pull. Inhale, control. Now, if you feel your neck take over, shake things out. Take the arms a little bit lower. Or you can do this on a yellow spring. It's super effective to drop spring loads so you can do the muscles, do the work in the correct muscle groups. So play around with your spring loads. Don't hesitate to try something a little bit lighter so you can feel it in the correct way. The goal here is to feel the muscles right between the shoulder blades, a little bit of our rear deltoid. Exhale. So you can get 2 more reps in. Last one. And melt forward, take a little stretch over your feet. Big breath into your back. All right, uncross the cables. Either hook them up or just lie them down. We're gonna take our ball with us to standing lunges. All right, so stand out up. Again, if you have a reformer that's the standard height and it's off the ground, you can use your long box up against the carriage to bring your feet pretty much level with the carriage itself. Or if yours is a low profile like this one, you're just gonna step off to the right. So I have my left foot up against the shoulder block. My right foot is lined up with my left thigh. I want my thighs more or less lined up. If you wanna make it more challenging, you can always scoot your stance back. All right, with the ball at your chest, nice and tall with your posture, kick the left leg long into your deep runner's lunge. And then come all the way back up. Nice and smooth. Exhale to kick and lunge deeply. Inhale to control back up. Now for the rest of the sequence, you can just stay like this. If this feels stable and consistent for your balance, don't mess with it. Keep it as it is. If you're up for the challenge, the next time you come up, we're gonna add a little choreography. Ball down by your side. Exhale, reach the ball overhead, change hands, and then come all the way up. Change the ball behind your low back to encourage a lift of your chest. So you're pushing into your lunge, hand the ball over, stand up from your lunge, ball behind your back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift. So the choreography is just a good challenge for your coordination, and it helps encourage that beautiful long stretch from top to toe, encouraging that nice open, broad chest. Take about 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. Last 1. Stay low. Take the ball back towards your chest. Your back left knee for scooters is going to come in and pump out. Come in and pump out. Now, if you feel shaky, use a hand on the foot bar. By all means, you can use it as much as you need it. But the goal here is to be moving through the left leg and keeping the right leg nice and steady. You should be feeling the work in your outer right glute. Breathe and move. You got this. It should be a good sizzle. We've got 4 more. The last 3. 2. Final 1. And then carefully stand all the way up. Whew. Good little glute sizzle. Do the same setup on the second side. So stepping on over or walking around. Left foot stays on the ground or on top of your long box. Your right foot's up against the shoulder block. You want your thighs lined up more or less. Start vertical. Chest is up, eyes on the horizon. Exhale, kick back, kick low. Inhale, rise up with control. Now we're going for a good amount of reps, more than 8. So you have that chance to really practice good form and get a good amount of fatigue. But no matter what, you can always scale back, take a break, listen to your body. We want it to be challenging but fair. Think of that right foot sliding into the wall behind you. And if you're up for the choreography, we're gonna add it here. Sweep the ball overhead and then back behind you. Lift your chest. Sweep the ball overhead and then back up. So at the bottom of your lunge, you wanna feel that the ball and your back foot create this beautiful long diagonal line. 4 more. Last 3. Can you safely go a little lower each time? Find nice, big, full range of motion. Last 1. All right, take the ball to your chest. Back knee pumps in and out. So you're staying low, feeling that outer glute. Fold the right knee. You almost want to imagine that your right knee could tap the foot bar. So it gets that nice dynamic pull forward, pump back. Pull forward, pump back. Things should be burning. Feels like Pilates. Five more, keeping it slow. 4. Last 3. We got 2. And last 1. Stand up slowly with control. Ooh, that burn is real. All right, ditch your ball for just a moment. We're gonna load up our springs. So I'm gonna go for every single spring for our short box. So you wanna stabilize the carriage. You'll wanna have your foot strap on your reformer if it's not already. And grab your long box. All right. Set up your long box in the short box setup. You'll take a seat facing your foot bar with your toes under the strap, and you'll want your ball nearby. So to set up for this one, you want to feel like you can truly trust the strap. So you're far enough away from your feet that you got a good amount of pressure. I take my feet wide and pull my toes back. I want to feel that security of the strap against my foot. The ball is reaching forward, your chest is nice and tall. Take an inhale as you do a straight back fall, straight back hinge, and then exhale to lift back up. Inhale, fall back. Exhale, lift up. So how far you go back is completely up to you. You want to go for sensation. So when you hinge back, you feel your core light up, not your low back. Keep in mind, it's easy to want to arch, right? So keep the chest in. We actually want to stay neutral here, falling from our tailbone and exhaling to sit back up. Four more. Beautiful tall posture, strong flexed feet. Reach the ball towards the wall in front of you. Last two. Last one. And take a moment, shake out the shoulders. All right, we're gonna add a twist. So same setup, but this time I'm gonna take the ball into my left hand and feel like I'm threading a needle. I'm gonna reach back, try and touch the opposite wall, and then exhale, thread it back through center. Switch hands. Reach the ball back with the right arm. Exhale, slice it through center. So when you take the ball, you're trying to reach and push the ball through the opposite wall, and then exhale, bring it back to the front. Do your best to keep your feet flexed and your hips square. So this rotation is truly happening in the upper back. Whew, feels like work. 4 more. Big, beautiful reach. 3. Last 2. And last 1. And breathe. All right, last exercise. You have options. You can go back to what we did earlier if that felt challenging enough. Keep the ball right in front of you. Otherwise, take the ball overhead, soft elbows, keep the ribs pulled in. And now this whole beautiful long line from hands to tailbone's gonna fall back and then exhale, lift. It's a much longer lever, a lot more work for the core. Fall back, exhale, lift. Again, keeping that nice tight core so you're not feeling the work or the pressure in your back. Start small, and then as you feel more confident, then you can start to increase that range of motion. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And let it go. Whew. Ditch the ball. Let your feet just plant directly under your knees. Take a couple big shoulder circles up and back. And we'll do a side stretch. Left hand to the side of your box. You can even hold the strap. Right arm comes up and over. Big side stretch. Breathe into your back. Breathe into your side body. And then exhale, lift back up. Other side. Left arm up and over. Right hand's either to the side of the box or holding the strap. And lifting up. Easy twist. Left hand to the right knee. Rotate over your right shoulder. Other side. Left hand behind you, right hand to your knee. Lift and rotate. Breathe big. And then let it go. All right, everybody, I hope you feel strong and powerful and ready to conquer the day. You are done. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.